Can you hear me? Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes, madam. Audible.
Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful introduction. And first of all, I'm really honored and very happy to be amidst you. Thanks for the warm welcome. And I understand that the participants are students from different backgrounds.
Yeah, different backgrounds, madam. They are research scholars. Some are alumni, teachers, and in the August Hall and YouTube, Facebook also. They all are joined, and your lecture also be uploaded in our YouTube channel. And share this link amongst all the students throughout the India and in the ministry portal also.
Oh, okay, very good, sir. So I understand that, okay, this is based on, for Atmanirbhar Bharat towards a resilient and resilient India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, isn't it? So, okay.
Yes.
So shall I share my presentation, sir?
Yes, madam. Yes, please.
Is it visible?
Yes, madam. Visual. Completely visual.
Okay. So very good morning, professors, students, research scholars, and my dear friends. Hope I am audible. So today, when I was called for giving a presentation for this university on behalf of MeitY and Mantang University, I was really wondering why I have been called, because I'm not an entrepreneur, and the topic was something related to entrepreneurship. So in fact, I was little apprehensive about whether I should be giving this talk or not. But as professors, we are used to delivering talks, and this entrepreneurship and IT. So I thought that being a professor in information technology or computer science, and who have been serving for more than 20 plus years, so I thought that why don't we give a talk on entrepreneurship and how IT is propelling the growth of entrepreneurs in India. So then only a lot of ideas came to me. So in fact, I was really thinking that, okay, only MBA people should be handling this kind of lectures. But when I started thinking about it, I was just really, it made me think, and I gained a lot of knowledge in how IT could be helping different facets of entrepreneurs, different ways and whatnot, how it is going to take the future of India to a great level, to the global arena. So that is what motivated my talk. So though I'm not an entrepreneur, my husband is an entrepreneur. So I have a lot of real life experiences and how he has ventured into it and how he has taken it forward, and today, like, what is the scenario and how he has employed or deployed IT or technology wherever necessary to improvise his business and so on. And not only that, we read a lot of success stories from several successful entrepreneurs. So these are the things that I thought, that how entrepreneurship and IT go together. What is the synergy between them? And how IT can propel this, or how it can serve as a catalyst, or even people without an IT knowledge, how they are actually running the show. So these are the things that came into mind. And based on that, I have collected some details, and I think that I'll be able to make it interesting. So if you have any queries regarding this, you are free to put it in the chat box, or you can interrupt me in between and you can ask any questions, right? So let us see. Maybe my slides will not be so catchy, but I just wanted to discuss on a few aspects that will help the younger generation to think about entrepreneurship and march towards Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be my agenda. So entrepreneurship, I'll be talking about what is entrepreneurship, the basic definitions, then how information technology and what is its role in the growth of entrepreneurs in India, and what is the synergy between them, and few success stories, because always we love to hear stories, isn't it? So success stories are definitely meaningful to us, and it is going to inspire us in so many different ways. I think because most of the success stories are well known, but still I just wanted to put it in my own way. And how AI, that is artificial intelligence, is going to influence the growth of entrepreneurs, and what is the path ahead for them. So this is going to be my brief agenda of my talk today. So nothing technical today, actually, because though I'm a computer science professor, I'm not going to talk anything technically, but it is just going to be about how AI or information technology, or how any technology for that instance, is going to influence the entrepreneurship. Okay, so let's. So, what do you call an entrepreneur, or what is entrepreneurship? See some common definitions we have in the net. So that only I have taken here. So it is derived from the French word meaning to undertake something. So we have to undertake something to make some meaning out of it, right? So to undertake a job. Okay, so it's the process of developing, organizing, and running a new business to generate profit while taking on financial risk. So that is the uh, underlining word. So it's not that very simple. You're going to do something, but some risk is also involved. Any job will have a risk, isn't it? So you need to think, develop, organize, and run a business by yourself. So that is what is called as entrepreneurship. And ultimate aim is to generate profit. Let's make money, but involving some financial risk, right? So you can say that an entrepreneurship involves an innovator. So an entrepreneur is an innovator. So giving a new source of new ideas, goods, or it could be just ideas, which could be later developed into some goods, or he could be providing some services and businesses, or he may be defining some procedures. So all this comes under entrepreneurship. So the thing is, the idea has to be realized. So that is what is entrepreneurship, right? So you come up with some idea, okay, and then you take it forward to realize it into a tangible or intangible product, or a service, or some goods, or a business which gives a consultancy to others. So it could be in different forms. So idea has to be realized in some form or the other. That is what is called as entrepreneurship. So you can see this. It's a passion led us here. So to be an entrepreneur, you should have the passion. You should have the inner feeling that I need to do something. So I need to realize my dreams. I need to make big money. I need to be versatile. I need to be realized by everybody. I need to be wondered or marveled at by everybody. So that is what is the passion or the fire inside that gives you the strength and courage to realize your ideas, come what may, whether it is going to be a risk or whether it is going to be a reward. So whatever it is, you have to take it up. So that is what is entrepreneurship. Clear? So a person who undertakes the risk of starting a new business venture is called as an entrepreneur. So these are a basic definition. So I don't want to delve deep into it. So he or she may be creating a firm to realize the idea, aggregates capital, so generate capital and labor. So you have to hire many people if it is required, or you may not be the sole person who is going to be responsible for the entire thing, and labor in order to produce goods or services for profit. So a bit risky, but can be highly rewarding also. So let us see, if you see some success stories, you will be aware by yourself like how rewarding it is. And ensuring funding is the key for entrepreneurs. So financing resources include SBA loans and crowdfunding and so on. So recent statistics as per Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, that is GEM India report 21-22. So India is progressively marching forward. So the entrepreneurial activity expanded in 2021 with its total entrepreneurial activity rate, this percentage of adults aged between 18 to 64 for starting or running a new business increased from 14.4% in 2021 up from 5.3% in 2020. So it is a very good increase. So as of today, when I just Googled and found out that there are around 76 million entrepreneurs in India. So this is a very good sign of, as you know, that India has, 29% of India's population is very young population. the in age group. So around 76 million entrepreneurs. It's a very good start. Okay, so by 2025, it is expected that many people, so the job market has to be improvised because otherwise young people will not find jobs. So at this stage, it's a correct topic, like how you have to build entrepreneurs, how entrepreneurs will be revolutionizing the world, how they will take India to the global map. So all these things are very important nowadays. So as per the Economic Survey 2022, at least 14,000 new startups are recognized in India. This is actually about 20 times in 5 years. And by fortuneindia.com, so it sees over 15,400% growth in startups in 6 years. So startups spread across 56 diversified sectors because it could be in varied sectors. And you have around 4,500 recognized in emerging technologies such as IoT, robotics, AI, and analytics. So this is just a brief statistics that I collected to say, to emphasize that how entrepreneurship is growing in India. So with the number of schemes launched by our Honorable Prime Minister, so we have, the lot of insights has been given and lot of motivation has been given to the youngsters to start their own business. I mean, a lot of startup grants, incubation hubs. So even the curriculum is so designed that many entrepreneurship syllabus and courses have been developed in order to inculcate some amount of interest within the younger generation. So under his leadership, India is able to stand at a very, at a very comfortable position in the global level. So this is some statistics which I think most of you can Google and find out where we are. But today my talk is like how IT and entrepreneurship go together, or how IT propels entrepreneurship. Because it's not because like only IT propels, because every field has got its own incentives for becoming an entrepreneur. But being an computer science professor, I thought that I will take up IT and relate it to entrepreneurship and how IT fuels it. So that is my idea. So even this, I'll be trying to discuss in two tracks. Say one is like how does IT propel entrepreneurship? Clear? And the second one is how entrepreneurs embrace IT. So are you able to make the difference between these two? Actually, it's a very small difference. So if you see, entrepreneurs could be in any domain. So you can do a business, you can any particular sector or domain. And you may not be an IT professional, you may not even be having a formal IT education, but still you can embrace IT. Embrace IT in the sense, what do you mean by embrace IT? So IT is everywhere, it is omnipresent. So information technology, say you have your email, you have your WhatsApp, you have your YouTube. So everything you have, so all are related to IT in some way or the other, right? So how entrepreneurs embrace IT. So you may be a petty shop owner, or you may be a restaurant owner, or you may be manufacturing something. So whatever be the case, but still you are able to improvise your business, or you are able to develop your business with the help of all this IT or gadgets that you use, your mobile, your laptops, and your WhatsApp, email, phone, all these things, right? So how entrepreneurs embrace IT is one side of the story. The second thing, like the first thing is how does IT propel entrepreneurship? So if you have a formal IT education, or if you are a IT person, how you're going to propel entrepreneurship? So through the IT education, how you can become an entrepreneur, correct? So there are mixed ideas that come under both of these categories. So in both ways, IT is going to help. Okay, be it a IT professional who wants to take up some entrepreneurship, that is start a new business, or you do not know anything about IT, but still you are successful as an entrepreneur because you are embracing the technology, you are adopting the technology that gives you through IT, right? So these are the two different tracks in which I'm going to explain to you how entrepreneurship and IT, what is the synergy between entrepreneurship and IT, and how IT propels entrepreneurship. Clear? So we'll just have a glimpse of a top Indian entrepreneurs. So these are some of the top Indian entrepreneurs you'll be knowing. So everybody knows. So if you talk about Dhirubhai Ambani or Tata or Narayan Murthy, Shivnada, Lakshmi Mitchell, Birla, Asim Premji. So all these are top Indian entrepreneurs. I don't want to discuss about them because everybody knows they are all. They have a very very flourishing business. They have billions and billions of. So it's not like that. Just to say that, okay, these are all entrepreneurs. They're all started. They have all started from a very humble beginning. It's not that everybody was born rich, maybe except a few. Everybody was not born rich, so they started from a very humble beginning and they grew up to a very successful entrepreneur and make the world turn their heads towards them. So, but we are not going to talk about these people because they are already successful. But let us talk about other success stories, a simple entrepreneurs who have started very simple, very in a simple terms and grown to such heights. So like you can see this, like create like an artist, solve like an engineer, and act like an entrepreneur. So this is a common saying. So act like an entrepreneur. So how these people have acted? What is the commonality between all these people? How they have managed to reach such heights? So let us see those. Some of the success stories, which probably all of you might be knowing, but still I'll just give the insights into them. So you would have heard about Ola, Redbus, Zomato, and so on. So let's see some of them. So what is this Redbus? Have you heard about Redbus? Yeah. Most of you would have heard about
Yeah,
it.
we know, madam. Red bus, we know very much.
Yes, so most of you would have heard about. So this has started from by some small, youngsters. Okay, so an Indian online bus ticketing platform founded by three engineers: Sudhakar Pasupumuzi, Anindra Sama, and Charan Padmaraj. So they started from a small thing. So how the idea came to them. That is what is very important actually. So when Panindra Sama, they were actually working. They were graduates from BITS Pilani, and they were working in an IT firm in Bangalore. And one of them wanted to travel to their hometown, that is from Bangalore to Hyderabad, during a Diwali season. And it was so painful that he could not get a bus ticket because you know that during festival time, getting a ticket, bus ticket, or traveling to your hometown is becoming a very difficult task. So to get a ticket, he had to roam fully in Bangalore, and then only he realized that the system that is the system is not organized actually. Though there might be tickets, he has to run from pillar to post in order to find a ticket. So why not link all the travels, that is the buses, together in a common pool and then book tickets very easily through a common interface. So interface is something that which is visible to you and you can use that to book tickets like your railway ticket or your airline ticket or red bus in fact. So they started this. It was not, but again you say that it is not without any hurdles. They faced a lot of hurdles. They faced a lot of, so these three people started it. And today you have around 10,000 buses are interconnected, 10,000 plus buses are interconnected, and 700 plus operators are there, and around 5,000 tickets are sold daily. So that is their success story. So you can just go to YouTube and you can just put redbus.in success story, and you'll find the entire story of these three successful entrepreneurs today. So the resilience. Actually, they were very much comfortably working for an IT company, but they left that IT job. Anyway, it's leaving the comfort zone is very difficult, isn't it? So leaving the comfort zone and taking up to entrepreneurship is little risky only. So they had taken the risk. They were determined to do something to help out people who are struggling to find a way to travel to their hometowns during festive seasons and almost every day. So, right? So that is their idea, their thought process. So that is what made them realize this. And then all of us know about Ola cabs. So that is also started by a very, very young person. It is Bhavish Agarwal, who is the founder and CEO of Ola Cabs, one of India's leading ride-sharing platforms. So, what is the advantage of this? He just started this. He started Ola Cabs in 2010 with just US $250, and it has since become one of the most popular ride-sharing platforms in India. So now, if you see, not only that we are able to hire cabs very easily, think on the other side, how much business it is giving to all the cab drivers. So they are rest assured that, okay, if we just connect with Ola, we will be getting a monthly income of so much. Okay, so maybe they are not, it's not guaranteed. No? If there is no such organization or Ola cabs, then it is not guaranteed. Their income is not guaranteed. One day they will get, another day they will not get, or when they go from one place to another place, which is very far off, they have to return back without any custom. So that is a waste of fuel, isn't it? So in this case, it is not like that. It links everybody who is close to the spot, and the time is minimized. So people need not wait for long hours to get a cab. That is from the customer perspective, and from the driver perspective, or people who wants a cab. He is rest assured that he will be getting so much of 50,000 per month or so. So that is the amount that they earn using this Ola cab. So if you hook up with this Ola cabs, you just get a lot of revenue. So the revenue is like, you can see that everybody is benefited, right? From the customer to the owner to the cab drivers, everybody is benefited. So that is the influence of this kind of thought process that has happened with Mr. Bhavish Agarwal. So it goes on like OYO rooms. Again, that is also like how often we travel to a distant place, or we go for a tour and we don't find rooms. Sometimes we reach the place at midnight and it is very difficult to find a room, isn't it? And you know that this Ritesh Agarwal is the founder and CEO of OYO Rooms. It's a leading chain of budget hotels in India. So sitting in our home or sitting in our own place, we can just find what are the rooms that are available. Say I want to travel to Madhya Pradesh for this seminar, so I need to book a room for myself, isn't it? So it has to be budget friendly. It has to satisfy my requirement. It has to be decent, but at the same time, like maybe the timing when I'll reach and all those things is a matter of concern. So from my home, I can sit there and find out what rooms are good for me, and I can just book it up. So it is a leading chain of budget hotels in India. So he started this at the age of 17 when he dropped out from college to launch his first startup. Okay, so affordable, quality accommodation for budget conscious travelers. So today, OYO Rooms is the world's third largest hotel chain with over 12,000 properties in 800 cities across India. So these are statistics which you get from your internet. So it's not like my own thing. So I just taken from several sources, so which could be acknowledged. So this is the status of this. And look at the other side of it. So not only is OYO is benefiting out of this. So ultimately, the customers are able to get rooms at a very, very low prices, and comfortable prices, not low prices, at our own affordable prices. At the same time, think of the people who are renting their houses also. Say suppose you have two homes or two houses, so one is simply vacant. So you need to find out people for rent. You need to put a tulip board, find out like a good person or not. All those things you have to do. But with OYO, you can just hook in to OYO, and then you can give your house or rooms which are available for free for some charges. So in that way, house owners are getting benefited. So that is a very good sign, no? Sitting in your house, you will not take any risk. You are just going to leave it to OYO, and OYO is going to pay for it. So that is another advantage. Clear? So in all ways, these things are benefiting. So they are all entrepreneurs who are thought in different dimensions, and that is why they are successful today. And Zomato. So nobody can forget the services of Zomato, Swiggy, and all those things. And that is who has started this, Deepinder Goyal and Pankaj Chadha, the co-founders of Zomato, a restaurant discovery platform. Company started in 2008 And today it is one of the biggest restaurant discovery platforms in the world, with over 1 million listed restaurants and more than 50 million users. Clear? So, how? Everybody knows what are the advantages of having a Zomato. So, present in over 22 countries and it is expected to rise. So, what do they do and how is it beneficial? So, you sit at your home and you just order food, whatever you want, and whichever restaurant you want, whichever menu you want, you just find out just with a click of a mouse, right? Or click of a mouse or your mobile. Okay, so you just can order anything and within minutes you get it delivered to home. So the comfort of your home, you sit and have. And especially how much useful it was during the COVID period. So during the pandemic, when people were very much hesitant to meet each other, to greet each other or to meet each other. So the Zomato, the services of Zomato was really amazing, isn't it? So without them, it would have been very, very difficult for people who are very aged. So they have to stay at their home. They cannot travel, and their children were somewhere. They used to stay somewhere outside the country. And who will provide them with food? Who will provide them with the provisions when these kind of restrictions were laid down? So people were not able to travel. They sat at home but still had their food. So that is by the services of this Zomato. So at a very, very meager cost. So people will not hesitate to spend a meager amount for the luxury that they get. It is sitting in their home and eating good food. So that is the task of Zomato. So, and then Flipkart, everybody knows how Flipkart is there. It's started by two co-founders. It is Sachin Bansal and Vinny Bansal, and the co-founders of Flipkart, one of India's leading e-commerce platforms. So Bansal brothers started Flipkart out of a small apartment in Bangalore in 2007. And today, you know, like Flipkart is worth over so much of billions and employs over 35,000 people. So the reliability, the ease of use, the user-friendly approach of ordering things in the Flipkart. So all this makes them stand apart from the crowd. So then you know Paytm. So almost everybody use Paytm. We pay all this UPIs. So Vijay Shekhar Sharma is the founder and CEO of Paytm, one of India's leading digital payment platforms. So it has become one of the most popular digital payment platforms in India. So now nobody is trying to find out whether there is change. You take a 500 rupee note and you give it to a shopkeeper. You stand there for hours together to get the change and so on. So all those things are becoming nullified today and everything is accountable mostly. So he founded the company in 2010 and it has since become a major player in the country's digital payment landscape. So that is the goal of Indian economy. So Indian economy, like we think of like making everything transparent, making everything digital. So the complete digitalization of the payments that are being made actually helps to improve the economy of the country. So this was a very good venture. When people started first, initially they were very apprehensive to use this kind of thing, but now every small shops, corner shops in the street are having this Paytm, Google Pay, and all kinds of things. And this was first mooted out by Mr. Vijay Shekhar Sharma, and that has since become very, very popular payment platform for India. So it is best known for its mobile wallet app, which allows users to store money and make payments for goods and services. And then you have Shopclues. So I should be also talking about a woman who is like Radhika Agarwal, the co-founder of Shopclues, one of India's leading e-commerce platforms. And she started it in 2011, and she's a graduate of the IIT, and she has extensive experience in the e-commerce sector. And she's also been recognized as one of the most powerful women in Indian business. And you have MeitY. I don't know how many of you have traveled with MeitY and how pleasant the experience is. So when I want to make a tour, so what do I do? So initially I have to plan like where is it, what's the route, or how do I go, the bus or train or flight, and where do I stay there, and where do I have my food, and all these things I have to travel. And once I reach there, and how am I going to plan my itinerary? And how is that I'm going to go for sightseeing, whether I'll be booking a cab there, or All those things comes to your mind, isn't it? So if I want to make a tour of my northeast, say I have a very very good experience. So see, I'm not marketing any of this. First of all, I should say that I'm not marketing all these things, but I just taken this as an example for telling you how these people have thought, what kind of a vision they had in order to come up with the needs of the people. They realized the needs of the people, and their thought process. That is what I want to ascertain here. It's not like any kind of a marketing for these people. So it's just a kind of appreciation about their thought process that went in to realize their goals, from their idea to their goals, and how successful they are. And this should actually awaken the youngsters who also want have think on similar lines, not similar lines, maybe even out of the box thinking that you have to make in order to achieve what is the need of the art, needs of the people, and need of the Indian subcontinent. So all these things has to go into your heads so that you will become a successful entrepreneur. So that is my actual ambition. So not like any kind of a marketing. Please don't mistake me. And Deep Kalra is the founder and CEO of MeitY, one of India's leading online travel agency. So what does this MeitY? So end-to-end planning. So you just go find out, okay, I want to make a tour to Northeast, or I want to make a tour to Rajasthan, this side, the western side. So anything. So just name the destination. They will give you the complete package, right from picking you up to the airport, from the airport to the destination. From there, your pickup will be arranged, your hotels will be arranged, your food will be arranged, your breakfast will be arranged. So all those things will be arranged. So end to end, from pickup to dropping you back to your home. So all those things will be taken care of a single package, and that gives you a ease or the pleasure of travel. Okay, so you need not worry about anything. Everything is being taken care of by them, and you just enjoy the trip. So that is made possible by MeitY, and now you have a number of similar kind of things. So all these are like they have become famous actually. So he thought this about this. Why not give people this a simple package for a travel thing? So now there are so many things. So you can just check up. So he's the founder, and now he's one of the leading online travel agencies. And he started this in 2000, and it has since become one of the leading online travel agencies in India. And Book My Show, you cannot forget that. So how often we have stood in the theaters in long queues. So I still remember that we had to say, if you want to see a movie, we have to go to the theater well ahead in time, and then you have to stand in long queues if it is going to be a first day, first show, and all those things. So how difficult it was to get a ticket, and sometimes it may so happen that standing in very long queues at the end, you may be turned down saying that there's no ticket. So how disappointed you people will be after getting dressed up and go to the theater, finding that there's no ticket for you. You have to come back home, isn't it? So that is the pain that you have for booking a ticket in a theater. And so that was thought about in a very nice way by the co-founder and CEO of MeitY Show, one of India's leading online entertainment platform. He started this, and since then, no longer we stand in queues in the theaters. So it has become very easy to book my show. So all the theaters have been linked together, and you can choose which theater I want to see the particular movie, because a movie may be running in so many theaters, and you can choose like which theater I want and which range I want, and all those things you can do it digitally, and then you can comfortably watch a movie. So it's best known for its online ticketing platform, which allows users to buy tickets for movies, plays, and other events, right? And finally, it's not finally. At the end, I just put your story. So your story is another thing, a startup. So it was founded by Shraddha Sharma, founder of Your Story. It's a leading media platform for startups and entrepreneurs. So we have been talking about entrepreneurs. We have been talking about different ideas that has emerged from so many powerful people, and how it has been realized. And to get all these things in one place, like how you start or how you go for a startup, and what kind of an entrepreneur you are, and how you have, what are the struggles you face, your success stories or your struggles, or so one stop place for all your queries. And she started Shraddha Sharma. She started Your Story in 2008 when she was just 23 years old, and it is a go-to source for information on startups, entrepreneurship, and business news. So this is yet another day. So though she's not giving something tangible, but still it is like it's a one-stop place for you to identify who you are and where you stand compared to the other entrepreneurs, and what are the top stories of other entrepreneurs. So all those things, so it will give you an inspiration of how you have to go ahead. So the go-to platform for budding entrepreneurs and provides valuable insights into the world of business. So now, so we have seen some examples. So this is a very small list of examples that I have given you, and how these people have taken the world by storm. And now we just see like what are the essential characteristics of an entrepreneur. So this is like, I'm not telling that this should be the essential characteristics, but generally, if you see all these people together, one thing that you can find in common between them are they are very flexible. Flexible in the sense adapt to changes, and versatile. The thinking that you have should be versatile, and you should have a good business start. The business motivation should be there, and of course, you should be money savvy. That is, you want to earn money. That is the ultimate goal, isn't it? You need to do, though you are doing some services for the human race, but still you need to have some money. You need to earn some money in order to survive. So money savvy and resilient. So whatever come and whatever go, you should be strong enough and fight for the cause. You should fight till you achieve your goal. That is the resiliency with which I'm focused. So okay, I want to do this. So whatever problems you have, just focus on your goal and go ahead. So these are the common characteristics that you see in an entrepreneur. So, and the central to all this is idea. So that is what I feel. So idea is what is central to all these characteristics. So without an idea, you cannot be an entrepreneur. First, idea is what makes you, it's the vision that you have to take something forward. So when you have an idea, how to realize your goal with all these characteristics. So you should be flexible enough. Okay, I have this idea, I'm starting something. Okay, here and there you need to bend so that you'll be able to achieve your goal. And you should be versatile, business smart, focused, resilient. And maybe there are other characteristics which are maybe secondary in nature. Maybe you can say like, you should have good communication, you should have good thought process, you should be you should be able to work in team, you should have a good team spirit, and so on. You can add surrounding this, you can add all those things. So this I felt was the primary things that a good entrepreneur should have. So what's actually required is like the basic idea that matters and not the background. This is none other than the Swavlambi who has told this. So the basic idea that matters and not the background for the thing. So all these entrepreneurs do not come from a very, very great background, or they were not very rich when they started. So they did not have any supporters or their parents or relatives who had supported them in their business ideas. So it's nothing but only the idea that matters. It's not the background. Okay, so they had traveled across difficult roads, but which has led to beautiful destinations. So that is what I want to say. So it might be a little bumpy. The roads may be bumpy. The roads may have a lot of bends and bends and everything, but still, you have come out of your comfort zone and you have chosen a particular road. And though it is difficult in the beginning, it leads you to a beautiful destination, right? So that is what is required. So during the course of your travel, so it may take years, you have to be resilient, you have to be focused, you have to stay focused and be resilient in order to achieve all these things, thinking the rewards in mind, right? So that is what is basically required. So nowhere it is said that you need education for that, right? But education fuels certain things. So you may not have a formal IT education, okay, but still you can embrace technology, isn't it? So like mail, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, all those things are being utilized by everybody. Now there is hardly any person who does not use a mail or a WhatsApp or Facebook and YouTube. So you need not be a tech savvy for that. You need not have a formal IT education. See, my parents are using. They don't have an IT education. They are very old. They are using WhatsApp. They are using mails. They are using smartphones, right? Or even if you see, I mean, people from very, very rural backgrounds. They don't have any, very illiterate people. they are working in the fields, but they still have a smartphone and they find out like what will be the weather today and what will be the yield of crops based on the forecasting. So many things they are doing. So to become an entrepreneur, it's not required that you need to have a formal IT education. But if you know how to embrace technology, like mail or WhatsApp or Facebook or YouTube, that is sufficient. So you can be a very successful entrepreneur. And why I'm saying this, because it has IT has taken the world by storm. It has revolutionized the world. And especially with the advent of smartphones, you get everything from the comfort of your homes. And that we have seen very, very apparently during the COVID pandemic, isn't it? So everything we were able to get. We were able to book cabs, we were able to get food, we were able to travel, we were able to do everything just from the comfort of our homes. So that is how IT has helped us in different ways. So we should be proud to say that okay, we live in this era. This is a golden era actually. So we have access to everything we need, and that is through your smartphones. Okay, so to become an entrepreneur, you don't need to be a formal IT literate, right? You just need to know how to embrace technology. So I'll just tell you a small story. I happened to listen to this TED talk by this small boy whose name is Richard Toure. I do not know how many of you listened to his TED talk. So he is from Nairobi National Park. So it's in Kenya. It's an African country. It's a very, very, it's not a very developed country. It's a very, I want to say, developing country, underdeveloped country. You can say from Kenya. So this boy, he belongs to the Maasai community, and he used to work along with his father to graze cattle. Okay, so they had a number of cows and things. So the whole community were living in that. So this Nairobi National Park, one side of it was not fenced very much. Okay, so what happened was like every night these lions and other predators used to attack their cattle, which used to be kept in their cattle shed. Okay, so every night one or the other will be missing, and it will be very they voraciously they'll be eating up those cattle, which in the morning when these people find that it had been eaten up, that gives them a sense of what to say. They treated them like friends. Not only the economy or not only the money that they use by using their cattle, but they were like a community. They treated the cattle like their friends, and they had a lot of affinity and love for them. So when you find that a lion had come and eaten up your cow or bull, so how much of pain it gives to the people then. So this boy, this Richard Toure, he wanted to save the cattle from the predators through some way. What he did was like he tried one day, several days, he tried to light up some fire, and then so for the first day when he lit up fire, the lion didn't come, so it did not eat up the cattle. So the next day again he lit up, but still the lion came and it ate up. So what he concluded was the lions were not afraid. Actually, that gave them light. When the fire was lit up, it gave them light to come and easily take away the cattle. So, and he kept on thinking. It was constantly pestering his mind, like, what should I do? How do I save my cattle? So what happened is, one day he took a torch, his father's torch, and he went around the cattle shed. Okay, so when he went about, the torch was moving, right? Kept on moving. So at that time, the lions didn't come. So he thought that if the light is moving, it creates an illusion of somebody is there and they keep moving, and it actually scares the lions. So he thought that would be a good idea. But he cannot be roaming around the field like constantly throughout the night without any sleep, isn't it? So he got an idea. What he thought is like he collected some old car battery. He collected some indicator box which will flash lights according to, and he managed to learn some electronics from some YouTube, and he tried to connect all this. So he put some battery lights here and there, some 5 or 6 lights in different positions. He connected them through wire and some electronics, this battery and indicator box also. So this light started flashing one by one in different positions in the complete tree. So the lions thought that something was there and it didn't come from that day. This happening reduced, it didn't happen at all actually. So this boy was very successful in chasing away the lions from the cattle and saving the cattle from the predators. So this was a success story. Look at him, like he's a very small boy, and how the idea to save the cattle from the predators, that is what had initiated him to do all these things. So later when everybody found that okay, he's able to save his cattle from predators, each house they call him and ask them to install the same kind of technology in their homes, and of late he has installed the same technology in 7 or 8 homes in his hometown. And he presented these things in a TED talk, which I happened to hear. Normally, I just listen to TED talks from inspiring people. So, how inspiring this boy is. And based on his discovery, now he has become an entrepreneur. He has just started installing in all people's houses. Okay, so and seeing his caliber, they are giving him a free education now. And one very good school from Kenya, they have come forward to give him to educate him, and he says that he wants to be a pilot someday, and he wants to have his own aviation thing, and so on. So that is the story. So what do you learn from this story? Actually, this story says that you don't need to have a very formal education, very good education. So this boy from a very backward or a very deprived community, so he has come up to do so much. So the idea, the flash, the fire that is within you, that actually gives you the strength and courage to focus and to realize your dreams. So his only idea was, I have to save my cattle. I have to do something, do something. And that is where this idea came into picture. And he has succeeded in that. So you can also listen to number of TED talks like that from inspiring people, which gives you a lot of ideas and innovations. And okay, I'll give you another case study. And this is from my own experience. So this is my husband's powder coating unit. For instance, like he has got a powder coating unit. I do not know whether you'll be aware of what is a powder coating unit. So you would have seen like many automobile parts, spare parts, like your fans, or they say, you know, they advertise it's a powder coated. So instead of painting with liquid paint, they do it with a powder, with some guns, which will be charged positively and negatively, and they will just spray the powder on the required thing. You get lot of devices which are powder coated because it will be rust free for a long time. So that is what is powder coating. So they will actually, what they'll do is they will process, say mostly it is for I should tell you for automobile spare parts, because it needs to be rust free, it shouldn't get rusty. So automobile spare parts for like Lucas, BMW, and so many things. And of course, like grills, doors, gates, and when fans are coming as powder coated fans today. So many anything, any iron or steel, you can do a powder coating. So this is a very big process actually. The powder coating unit is a very big unit. Big unit in the sense like the process involved is very big, because initially it should be treated. Any material on which you need to coat the powder with has to be rust free and dust free and all those things. So it has to be coated. It has to be pre-processed. So for pre-processing, a lot of processes involved. They will be dipping each and every part into some different acids. So you have large tanks, many tanks. Okay, so 5 or 6 tanks. I mean, you have acid tank, then a water tank, then so many tanks will be there, 5 or 6 tanks, in which you have to immerse the particular object for some considerable amount of time, and then in the next. So this is a very continuous process. Okay, so it requires a lot of labor, isn't it? So you would require at least 4 or 5 people, or even more than that, to stand in a row and dip each and every object. So per day they will be doing like thousands of such tasks, thousands of sub jobs, or small objects which has to be dipped into that acid and taken out, dried, put it in the next tank, dried, put it in the next tank, dried, and so on. So this involves a lot of labor, isn't it? So this actually he started this unit way back in 2000, and from that time he had employed a few people to do all these things manually. One day he realized it's really very time consuming, laborious, and sometimes what happens is people start demanding more, and the employee problem was there, and a lot of things. So manpower problem is there. So then he thought like, okay, why don't I design my indigenous transporter line? So back with some, so basically he's a mechanical engineer. So he started designing a transporter line that was just laid on the roof. So from there you have a big transporter which with the help of some Arduino boards, that is kits which could design this. So it was fully automated. So the job used to be tied up to a particular rope which is hanging from there, and that will be taking your job one by one, and the timer will be set, and based on the timer it will be dipped into the respective acid tanks for a timed scheduled time, and then it will be transported completely at the end. So there is no manual intervention here, totally no manual intervention is there. The complete transporter line was designed by him. It was an indigenous transporter line, and only one person, if you just put load all the jobs in the particular place, it will be taken care of automatically by programming. So that is what he had done. So everything was automated. So complete reduction in manpower, time saving, and you need not put them, human beings in very risky environments. So the acid tanks are a little risky. If somebody slips and falls into it, that is also very risky. So this is completely automated. And that gives a booster, the technology, how technology assisted production units can function. So not only here, so several, so this is my own experience. And not only this, he has used in several places automated thing. All was, so the basic idea that came to him has actually helped him to boost his business, helped him to boost the production turnover and so on. So people are happy actually. So this is a kind of thing like how you are embracing technology. Though he is a mechanical engineer, he tried to embrace the technology, how technology can help him. So the basic idea of programming, he can do it. So like anybody can do it. So this could be like you can be your own entrepreneur. Nobody is there to question you what you're going to do. So it is your own. You have the complete freedom to design by your own way. You can change all those things you can do. So here, where does the entrepreneurship come? Okay, he's an entrepreneur. He has embraced technology. Okay, say suppose like you do not know how to do it. You can ask that there could be an entrepreneur who can do specifically this kind of transporter lines, and he can sell it for the other industries. So that is where you can put your ideas into it. So this is my own example how he has put his transporter line and he has developed his business and so on. So this is one another example. Think about like people who are in the kitchen today. So women, lot of women, they go to this concept of cloud kitchen. So this is yet another one of my relative. What she's doing, she's not very well educated, probably less than school, only school education she had. So they only know how to use a WhatsApp and mail, but they are good in cooking. So many people like that, they are good in cooking. They started a small, so no no, I cannot say no investment, a very small investment, in the sense that they only need to, they knew how to make biryani. So they bought some simple, little larger utensils. Initially, they made very little quantity, okay, and they put it in the YouTube. So to put it in the YouTube, there are some sources, okay, some YouTubers or YouTube service providers. So where you can say like, okay, I want this kind of an app, which you can, which will advertise your product, and which will say, so they linked to Zomato, okay, and now they are very successfully selling their biryanis. And initially they started with 5 or 10 biryanis they made and they just delivered, and today you they are selling hundreds. So tomorrow they'll be in thousands. So basically, not much investment. They are doing at their own kitchen. which you call it as a cloud kitchen or a virtual kitchen or whatever. So now they are very happy. They are earning a lot. So they were just sitting at home without any work. Suddenly the idea came to them. So why don't we utilize our free time to make some biryanis and distribute to everybody? They got the money. So they hooked up with Zomato, hooked up with YouTube, and just with WhatsApp and word of mouth, they were able to spread the news. So this is how IT has helped people to become entrepreneurs. Okay, so you just need to embrace IT. How just with mobile phones you are able to do business. So in the COVID pandemic, many people were not having jobs and so on. They sat at their homes and they started developing small businesses like this. And today they see the yield. So it is really overwhelming to see such kind of energy and such kind of growth with the help of IT. So that's where IT plays a role, and that I should be proud to say that. Okay, not only this is one example. So several people are giving different kinds of food. Some are giving Malayali food, some are giving Punjabi food, some are giving. So why they are successful is because the investment is very less, and you need to spend very little, only your idea and effort and brains. Okay, with some amount of IT. So that is why people are very successful today. Okay, so not only this, some people like I have seen like some people are giving very exclusive things, maybe organic foods alone. So people who are very health conscious, they want to take up, so they cannot afford time to spend afford their time for doing all these things, organically grown things. So those could be given us from the cloud kitchen. Okay, so that is why they are successful. You have to think in different ways, out of the box thinking or unconventional thinking. So that is what makes you successful. And coming to art forms, like you have several art forms. So these are some of the art forms that I just taken to the net. So several art forms in India, many art forms in different places. Now you can see the proliferation of these art forms in around things. So when you go to the previously, if you want to buy a art piece, you have to go to the respective places to buy. But now it's not so, isn't it? So it is like it has become so easy. So sitting in your house, you can order any of these art forms. Not only that, see, you can learn these art forms. Okay, there are a number of art schools or virtual art schools that have mushroomed today. Like if you want to learn Madhubani art, okay, you can learn from your place. If you want to learn painting, you learn from your thing, because number of YouTubes and videos have been posted, or there are specific sites that have been developed by individuals to teach their art forms by which they make money. So he is an entrepreneur. So you only know art, you can become an entrepreneur. You only know cooking, you can become an entrepreneur. You only know some Ayurvedic medicine, you can become an entrepreneur. So sky is the limit. So you just need to think what I know and how I'm going to provide to others, how I'm going to reach out to others, how I'm going to service people, at the same time make some money for me. Is it okay? That's what I want to tell. I just want to convey that from the comfort of your homes, you can do anything. Any art forms you can teach, any art form you can purchase, any art form you can sell, you can teach, you can do wonders. Okay, so you can have a virtual classroom consisting of, teaching very art forms. Now I also see that there are, some people want to buy personalized gifts. Okay, so I found out from several websites, like, okay, you send your photo and you will be getting your portrait of the photo. So hand painted or pencil sketched or charcoal sketched. So this kind of art forms you get, and people are very happy to see that at a very nominal price. I should say that people are very happy to get their own photo, drawn very aesthetically, and for gifting options also. So these are how IT has helped the art forms to grow. Without IT, how these things will grow? So art forms have grown. All kinds of art forms have grown tremendously in this pandemic. This, like, people sat at home and they tried selling their art forms. See, people from very remote places, like if you see the remote places of Kutch and this eastern, western side and eastern side, the northeast part, they are tribal people where they don't have any formal education, and reaching out to the mainland itself is very difficult. But they are very good at art. So how they sell their products? They make lot of coir-based and whatever naturally grown dyes and pigments. From that they make very natural art forms, which could be sold out at a very reasonable price, and they earn their livelihood through this. And several sites have been developed for selling their art forms, specific exclusive sites for them, and they can do a lot of, so just a bit of thinking. So you can think, say if you're an expert artist, you can just draw portraits, or you can sell, you can say like, okay, send your photo, I will send you a portrait. Okay, paid, you get paid for that. So that's wonderful, isn't it? So these are all different ways by which IT helps art forms or entrepreneurs who want to pursue their career, or who wants to make a startup in selling their art, right? And not only this, you would have heard like many people teaching music, keyboard, piano classes, vocal music, even dance through online. So the video conferencing and apps and lot of this Google Meet and all those things, everything like that's any platform that you have for online meetings, they help to improvise the business. They help to improvise the teaching learning process. Many people learn Sanskrit, many people learn languages, many people learn music, whatnot. So everything you can learn sitting in your house, right? That is what I mean to say, that you could be an entrepreneur in different ways, just the idea that matters. And bloggers, how it helps. So it brings everything you think to your desk and home. So you want to visit your Iceland, or you want to visit USA, how to go. So bloggers, they post several videos and contents about their experience. So that has become their job actually now. Not only that you are benefited sitting at your home, you're able to get grasp, or you're able to grasp everything from how they travel, and how is that you should travel in future, or what are the uh, uh, facilities that are available, or how you need to make your travel plans. All those things you can learn. But at the same time, they are earning money, right? So they know, like they just travel, passion. Out of passion, they travel to different destination, and that they edit and put it as vlog, right? So travel vlogs, lot of travel vlogs. So today, I don't go anywhere without seeing some of this vlogs, because that gives me a very easy way or plan my itinerary. So how should I travel? How should I go? So they bring everything to your desk or home. Okay, so that is the advantage, and they make a lot of money. These YouTubers make a lot of money selling, putting their vlogs, just sharing their travel experiences. And people who are abroad and people who are staying there, they just share their one day at this place, one day in a beach. So all those things. So as the number of users increase, they get a lot of money, right? So that is another way of selling your ideas, your businesses, right? So that is where. So all these things do not need any formal education for doing it. It's only the passion and idea that matters. And coming to the next sector, or the next track. So these are all examples of like how you can become entrepreneurs in various ways, and how IT education. So if you have a formal IT education, say you studied MCA, or you studied MSc in computer science, or even a PG diploma in computer science, how that propels our entrepreneurs, how you can become an IT based entrepreneur. So these are some of the ways that I can tell you. So you can be a data mining professional. So these are some of the things that I have collected, but still I just wanted to explain, like because many companies are having a lot of products being manufactured or products being sold. So they need to understand how how they can improvise their business. So data mining, I think you know what is data mining. So from the huge amount of data that is available, you need to find patterns. You need to find patterns in their business. So maybe the quarterly pattern, the half-yearly pattern, or seasonal patterns. So it's like mining. Mining is something extracting useful knowledge from the huge amount of data that is available. So you can become a data mining professional if you have some idea about how to do a data mining, how to extract various patterns from a huge amount of data that is available in the available with the industry, say available with the company. So he would have been selling something, say, I mean, a restaurant would be there. So the restaurant would be selling some pizzas for a very, very long time, but he will not know like what will be the demand, what will be the forecast. And so you can do some data mining and analyze. So you can start a small business with some data mining tools that are available. And if you have a simple knowledge in IT, okay, or data mining essentials. So with that, you can start your own thing, and for some payment, you can do an analysis for them, and it will help the industry grow. So that's a data mining professional. And similarly, search engine optimizing task we can do, like many companies, they want to put their ads in the funds. So if you do a Google search, or if you do any other search, for instance, so your a web page should come in the beginning. So how to optimize that? So there are some agencies that do that, and how to make your ad visible. So for that, you can become a search engine optimizer. You can go for digital marketing agency, like so many. I mean, you can, like, from advertising to composing to putting. So you can do a lot of ads and digital marketing agency. You can do. You can build your own social networking site. So you can have, though there are number of social networking sites that are available, but still you can have a local social networking. Say for instance, like you have your you produce your own products in your farms, okay, so you just want to interact with your own group. So you can create your own social networking site wherein you post your produce, you post the availability, or you can interact with how you're going to sell it. So you can create your own social networking site, and that could be a good idea to start up with. And you can come up with web designing services. So several people want to start businesses today. Say for example, I want to sell my art pieces, or I want to have my home cloud kitchen. So I'll not invest much in renting out a place and finding people to do it. But I still want to have my thing advertised, right? So I want to have my own web page, so web design. So that is where your IT people can come in. So you can have your own web designing services, which you can create web pages or websites for people, and you can give them at some cost. So that is one way by which you can develop. So if you are interested in web designing, or you can be a software developer for some accounting or any kind of software that is required for any kind of business. So you could be a freelance software developer if you are very good at IT coding and programming. Or it could be a mobile app development. So mobile app development, a lot of mobile apps are being required for the say for instance Zomato, they have a mobile app. Everything has got a mobile app. So it's the idea that so mobile app development, you need to develop a lot of mobile applications will be required, and you could be one of an entrepreneur who can develop mobile apps for the benefit of budding entrepreneurs, right? And cloud-based services. So a lot of cloud-based services you can provide. So you can hire some space from the cloud, and you can in turn rent it out for many people, because they might not be having a cloud space. They will not know how to access the cloud space, or how to sell their products and so on. Say for example, I know somebody like who is producing, who's having a lot of cows in Bangalore. So they sell organic milk, ghee, and milk products. I just forgot the name. So they have a lot of things that has to be sold out. So they don't have where do they post their things? So they don't have their own cloud. So they just find a cloud-based service provider who can just give a cloud-based services. So put all the products in the cloud, and their advertisements, their sales, everything it be put in the cloud. So they come up with. So you can be an entrepreneur who can provide cloud-based services. You can get the cloud space from other big giants, and then you can rent it out to your group. So your customers, say for instance, small business, small entrepreneurs who are doing their own business, but without because they cannot sit, even if they are an IT people, they cannot sit and do all this coding and other things for the cloud. So you can be an entrepreneur who can provide the services for other set of entrepreneurs. So you are assisting them in terms of IT and cloud provision. So these are some of the ideas. So IT equipment services. So like if you are good at hardware, if you know how to troubleshoot, so you can you can do some servicing. So for that you can have your own website, you can have your own interface, or your mobile app, through which people can call you, and you can make you can render some services for IT equipments and so on. Or you can also sell equipment sales. You can buy from large ends. You can make small equipment sales which will be needed in your own locality through some WhatsApp group or through some uh, your own websites, right? And smartphone repairing is another thing, because everybody has a smartphone and they need to know. If you are a little bit knowledgeable about these things, you can have your own smartphone repair at the click of a mouse or your mobile app. And social media consultancy, like many large companies, they want to see to that how they post their ideas or ads in the social medias, because that is very important for their business, for the development of the business. So they cannot just like that put everything into the social media. So that could be some kind of a consultancy that could be provided for large companies. So they have like social media consultants, like who will be helping them to put essential things into the social media and thereby gaining or improvising their business. So you could be a social media consultant. And technical writing, and especially for blogs and other things, like all companies or several large companies, they hire technical writers to write so many things, articles about their own products, all those things, and also for helping people to put into the social media. So all those things, technical writing, you can be. You can also teach other people how to write, how to do a technical writing. So all those things could be done. Tech bloggers, say for example the latest technology, you know that any latest technology comes in, like it is being posted into the YouTube. Many bloggers are there, like a new mobile phone or any new technology for that instance, like they write articles about this and they post it. So you could be a tech blogger who could technically speak about the various innovations that happen in and around the globe. And you could be an AI developer. So what is AI? AI developer is like, so because everything is based on AI nowadays, like artificial intelligence. So everybody cannot, because large giants, they have their own AI team. They develop their own search engines optimization. They do their own predictions. They do their own business, because they have very large AI teams, very large amount of data, very large things that they can develop. But what about small restaurants, small business people? They don't have any kind of artificial intelligence. So you can be, if you have some insights or knowledge about AI and say, or even web analytics service or prediction or data science, if you are good at data science or AI, you can become a developer. Okay, so you can make a lot of AI-based predictions, or I mean, the previous sessions also I noted that somebody was dealing with classification, supervised learning, and supervised learning. So if you know about that, you can use your programming skills and knowledge to develop AI-based applications for the benefit of business or budding entrepreneurs. Or you could do some web analytics service. How often, or how the, based on the web data that is available, you can do a lot of analytics analysis about the business, the process involved, or how people feel about the websites. So a lot of things could be done with analytics. So that's a web analytics service. So how AI and entrepreneurship, that's the next thing that I wanted to do, how AI and entrepreneurship. So this also, I was listening to a tech talk by a famous professor. There is Andrew Ng, who is the pioneer in artificial intelligence. So he was talking like, is AI meant only for large ends? So this is an excerpt that is taken from his TED talk. So he was telling that this AI meant only for large ends. So large ends, okay, they know how to go about using AI for their business promotions, how to reach out AI. But his concern was like how to reach out AI to the small vendors, how they can improvise their business. So he was talking about small restaurants, small businesses, or quality control for a small textile showroom, or bakers, or all those people. How do they know? How do they predict what will be the requirement for a particular day, or what will be the requirement for a particular season based on the previous history of data? So all those things, how it is possible. So he wanted to take AI to the small businesses as well. And how do I do this? So everybody cannot be tech savvy, or everybody will not know how to utilize AI. But you can be, if you are a little bit knowledgeable in AI, you can become an entrepreneur who can provide AI-based services, AI-based predictions, AI-based data science analytics for reaching out to this. So it's only like you need not have very large amount of data, but with the little amount of data that you have, because they say that deep learning and other things require large amount of data to gain some insights. But whatever little data you are having, you can use your machine learning techniques to solve certain problems, so to make some predictions for what will be the requirement in future. So how much I need to stock up, or how much for this coming Diwali season, based on the previous Diwali sales, I can find out how much I need to stock up on this particular item. Or for a small textile showroom, what kind of textiles, what kind of designs is in the lead, or what do I print on my t-shirts. So all those things I can design. Or if I want to do a quality control for a small textile production unit, I can teach my machine to find out. So instead of employing many employees who will just find out whether there is some quality defect or so on, I can teach my machine learning. I can teach my machine to find out whether there is a defect just by taking a photo and giving the data to the machine. It will learn like how to find out whether there's a defect or not. So it's very fast and you need less labor for that. So that way you can develop. So this could be done by small entrepreneurs, who in turn will power the larger business. So that is why how AI and entrepreneurship will be taking the lead tomorrow. See, for example, I own a company. Say, I told you, my husband is an entrepreneur. He's got a powder coating unit. So there are around like 40 to 50 people working there. But still, like if I want to employ more people there, so it will be extra burden on my revenue, isn't it? So suppose I want to keep a check on the people who are visiting and going on. So I can have an AI-based, a smart surveillance system, which will be taking care of identifying, recognizing faces, and keep a check on the in and out vehicles coming in and out, the transportation. So everywhere, wherever required, I can have an AI. I can use AI for prediction of how much will be coming in and coming out. So all these things I can do. So AI is the future. So you need to deploy AI for wherever required. AI can do the job of several persons. Like if it is going to be a routine task, you need not have a person employed, or not single person, maybe more than. You need not have many people employed sitting and doing the repeated tasks, like checking for defects, checking for unidentified faces, or for security purpose. So all these things, you can reduce the workforce, the manpower that is required for routine and mundane tasks, and you can in turn you can use AI for doing this. Even for a healthcare industry, for any kind of an industry where the doctors, I mean, healthcare, you have a shortage of doctors. So you can become an entrepreneur who can develop some AI tools for analyzing the X-ray. So in COVID, a lot of things were developed during COVID time. Just machines were analyzing X-rays for COVID, and so many things were developed. So which will reduce the number of doctor requirements of physicians, individual attention that needs to be given. So here AI will take up, and you can become an entrepreneur if you know a little bit of AI in this case. Okay. And it will help to predict outcomes. It will give customer service. Say, for example, you need not have a front office person to offer service to your customer. You can in turn have a chatbot which will take the customer queries, and it will turn will give you suitable replies based on things. So AI-based chatbots could be so that in turn will improve your business and enhance the security. So it will monitor like who enters and who goes out of the cyberspace, and that will provide good security and increasing efficiency in turn. And targeted ads, like, so now all your what to say, like if I'm interested in some art forms, all these art forms will be displayed. If I'm interested in purchase of garments, whenever I visit a particular sites, the garments will be. So based on what I see, what I routinely see, or which websites I frequently travel, so based on this AI based ads, like targeted ads. So for different persons, say I'll not be interested in shaving creams or anything. So if somebody else who is interested in that, so for that person those ads should come. but I may be interested in buying sarees or buying jewels or something. So for me, this ad should come. So similar to the like targeted, these are called as targeted ads, which could be done with the help of AI. So who does it? Some entrepreneurs like you. You can develop targeted ads based on the AI predictions or based on the AI recommendation systems that are developed. So based on that, you can do it. So those are required for AI is required for such kind of targeted ads. Clear? So smarter supply chain management. So again, supply chain management, you need AI. So how much supply is there and how much it is going to be transported, especially for perishable items. So the supply chain should be very, very good. So because the timely delivery and timely stocking of so many perishable items requires a very smart supply chain. So AI-based supply chain. Not only in perishable items, very large malls and other things, the inventory, the supply chain should be very, very handled very smartly. So that it's very difficult for a person or for people to handle these things. Here, AI can play a very, very improvised, better and very smart roles to manage the supply chain in a very, very efficient way. So that people like you, youngsters, can think of coming up with very, very improvised AI-based systems which can assist the supply chain management. Yeah. And of course, this is going to be at a reduced cost because manpower is going to be very costly. And if you have this one-time install, one-time investment, so you can definitely reduce the cost of this things. And then as for better decision makings. Okay, so these are the and the future they say like so these are the things that we've been seeing. And now the future is turning to Web 3.0. That's what people are talking about. So, you know, Web 1.0 was simply for browsing and mm, sharing information. And Web 2.0, you say that a lot of collaborative internet. It was for collaborating between people like WhatsApp, Instagram, Flickr, all those things was that. But with Web 3.0, it is going to become, it's going to still expand further. Not only with WhatsApp, internet, browsing, and Facebook, and all those things, interactive internet, it is going to be fully immersive, tactile, and decentralized in the sense that you are going to go into a different world. The difference between the margin between the physical and the virtual world is going to be merged. It is not going to be any more visible. So it's because like this is possible with the emergence and confluence. Confluence is like put together all these technologies such as AR, VR, blockchain, cryptocurrency, AI, etc. So it is going to merge the boundary between the physical and the virtual world. So people are going to reside or in the virtual worlds with all these devices that are going to be put up onto their heads and the special kind of tools that are accessories that are available. So the physical and the virtual worlds, the boundary between them are going to be merged together. And this they talk about metaverse. So there is a user's travels a virtual world that mimics aspects of the physical world using such techniques as virtual reality, augmented reality, AI, social media, digital currency, and all those things. So even like the Facebook CEO has told that they are going to be metaverse first company rather than a Facebook first company. So that was what they're saying, like how much trillions of dollars are going to be invested in this AR VR technology that is going to mimic, it is going to take you into a different world altogether. So think, so to a degree, like people can live in the metaverse, and the metaverse is considered to be the future of business today. And there's plenty that businesses can do now to prepare for that. So you will be a lot of manpower, a lot of engineers who will be ready to take up AR VR projects, who will be ready to build so many APIs or assistive technologies for embracing this Web 3.0 will be the need. So you have to think about future, like how I'm going to stand apart from the crowd, what technology I'm going to learn, how I'll become an entrepreneur, or how I will be taking up several ideas to be deployed in future. Because the transition is taking place, like from Web 1.0 to Web 2.0, several new things came and several people got employed and several new budding startups came into live action. And now with 2.0 to 3.0, you can see a lot of technology, lot of new technology coming up, lot of things people are expected to learn and discover, and you can be a player in that. So you cannot be standing in one corner and witnessing the global change, but you have to be a part of it. You have to live with it. You have to learn the new technologies, and you have to what to say, uh, benefit out of it. Okay, so that will give you a lot of incentives, a lot of ideas how to take the trend forward and how to prepare people for the best and the worst, right? So you have to be part of it. You have to live with it. So that is what I need to say with metaverse. So the road ahead, what do you want to do? So why become an entrepreneur finally? So we have been seeing so many things like who an entrepreneur is, what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur. We are seeing some success stories of entrepreneurs who have risen from humble beginning to a very vibrant and successful entrepreneurs. We have seen so many things. We have seen some case studies of how IT could be useful, or how IT, how people who embraced IT could be successful. So, so many stories we have seen, and what is the road ahead for you? And why you need to become an entrepreneur? Maybe you want to become rich, or you want to become resilient. You want to become what is it? Independent. Okay, so when you are employed somewhere, you're not, you have to be answerable to someone, but as an entrepreneur, you're not. So now you would have heard like a lot of things that are going on. So you can be very independent, you can independently do your business, though there are risks and though there are rewards, risks and rewards are there, but that independence is what you get by becoming an entrepreneur. You can develop your own ideas. You are Atmanirbhar. That's what our Honorable Prime Minister says in every meeting. You have to be Atmanirbhar. So, self-sustaining. That's the self-sustainment goals are there. You have to become self-sustaining, and that if you are self-sustaining, you are independent. That will in turn lead our country to be self-sustaining and independent. So India will become a very, very powerful nation, developing its own needs. All so no, I mean, you need not import any machinery. Now itself, we are doing a lot of. We are manufacturing rockets. We are manufacturing satellites. Everything we are doing on our own, and that has to become 100% in future. So you then that is in your hands, and you have to become Atmanirbhar or self-dependent, and you can see like self-sustaining and independent, and no moonlighting worries, right? So now you see that after COVID, like the concept of moonlighting is coming everywhere. So like people talk about moonlighting, right? What do you mean by moonlighting? Say in the companies like during COVID, people were asked to work from home. So that has resulted in people started working in multiple companies parallelly. So now this term of moonlighting is being talked about, it's being hyped about, and the employers have asked people to come back to their workplace. So all the time, the work and workplace were tied together or glued together. And now it is like recently, I read an article in Times of India where they say that from times immemorial that people were tied to their workplace to do the work. But after COVID, it has separated. The work and workplace is no longer together. It is separated. And the question of like whether employers buy your time or your commitment, that is what is there. So that is being talked about much. So if they buy our time, so okay, 8 hours of work we do, and the rest of the time there is the moon time. That is what is called as moon time. So daytime is for the employees and moon time is for us, and we can do any work. So that is a highly debatable issue that I'm not going to touch upon that. But as an entrepreneur, you don't have these things. I mean, you need not worry about all these things. So they say like, and Elon Musk is able to focus on so many huge, massive businesses at the same time. Why not employees also can work in one or more firms, unless in otherwise there is no compromise or there is no one intercepts the other, or one is detrimental to the functioning of the other. So this is a debatable topic, which I don't want to get into it, but we see a lot of these things coming up. We hear a lot of debates going on like this, moonlighting and coming back to job and so on. People were sitting and comfortably working from wherever they were, but now it has to be. But again, I'm not saying it's wrong or right, because there are so many things, the commitment which is required to be in office, and to make more productive, to make you more productive. So employer instincts on such things. But when you are an entrepreneur, you don't need to worry about this. You can start one business, you can start another business. It depends upon your energy, your skill set, and your focus, right? So all those things lies in your hands. And moving towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, you need to be an entrepreneur, and you need to become an entrepreneur to achieve all these things. So that is why I have given you so many examples and so many case studies, success stories, my own example, my own learning experiences, and towards uh, towards achieving your goals. So if you take myself, so though I'm a professor in computer science, and I obtained the Nari Shakti Puraskar for my innovation, namely Mitra. So Mitra is a women's safety app. So I should tell you about it. So actually, we developed this way back in 2014 or 15. I mean, 2015, and the Women's Day celebration. I launched this Mitra in the um, Women's Day celebration in Pondicherry University. So this was an app. Actually, this is an app for empowering women, for the women's safety. How I landed on this idea was like when I was reading newspapers wherein women are being troubled when they travel in cabs, or they're being abused. So I just thought that why women should not get help at the click of something. If I press something, I should get help. That was the idea. And so that was how I started. And then I thought, okay, I can develop a mobile app. So at that time in 2014, 15, 14, like you didn't have, people were not talking about mobile apps. So it was a new concept actually, though it was there, but still many people did not start developing apps. The Android Studio was there. And so we did not know much about it. So I just tried to explain. So when I press something, I should have some people coming to my rescue. That was the idea. So, and without the knowledge of the uh, person who's abusing me. So that was the idea. So I just kept if I just press the power button or the volume button for 10 seconds without the knowledge of the person, I get help from three of my relatives or friends whose number I have stored in my mobile already. So I just install the app, I store the three numbers, and then I'll be getting the help from them with my location being tracked. So that was the first actually. Mitra was the first. So Mitra is nothing but it's an abbreviation. So Mitra means friend. A friend in need is a friend in need. So with that, I just wanted to do it. It's an acronym. So Mobile Initiated Tracking and Rescue Application. So this I launched it in the thing. Then we took it to the Puducherry police also. They were also very happy, and they launched it separately again. And then subsequently I got the President Award for this innovation. And now every state is having its own term, like Tamil Nadu is having Kavalan, and other states are also having their own versions of this. But this idea, for this idea only, I got the Nari Shakti Puraskar Award, which is really, I felt very, very happy. So I could have continued with doing so, but my work demands that I couldn't do much on that, but because our own research and other things. So, but like this, an idea that actually fetched me this Nari Shakti Puraskar Award from the Honorable President of India. So that gives me a real fulfilling thing that I was able to do some service to the society, though not for money. But this had been taken forward by many states, and now people are using it, and many success stories like how people have got some rescue using this kind of apps. So that gives me some kind of satisfaction when you work. So that satisfaction will be there for every entrepreneur when he does something for the society. So this, I just wanted to tell you this because the kind of satisfaction that I got should be should reach out to others also. So when you do something, so that is why you need to become an entrepreneur. So though I am in my own profession, but I see to that it's very fulfilling to be an entrepreneur. So I think with the goals and the schemes that are being launched by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, I think you'll all be able to reach great heights with a lot of visions and missions that you take forward and your goals, and always work with a little bit of ethics. So that will make you achieve, or that will take you to great heights in future. So with these words, I say all the best to all the students who have been listening patiently to me, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shiva Sathya madam, for the wonderful talk before the entire fraternity. Very wonderful and very informative talk given by madam. Definitely, it will be very much useful. And after a few days, the lecture available on the YouTube also. And thank you very much, madam, on behalf of the Central University Amarkantak. Deep regards and hearty thanks to the our respected Madam Dr. S. Siva Sathya Madam to give the wonderful talk and very informative and effective talk before us. And hope, Madam, please come. We will invite you for physical to deliver the physical lecture in the Amarkantak. It is
Yeah,
a
sure,
very
sure.
holy place, Madam.
I'll
Actually,
be happy.
Pondicherry also the a very nice place and
Yeah.
peaceful place. I also I have visited a few years back Arvindo Ashram
Oh,
in the
very nice.
Pondicherry. Yeah, but Madam, please come in that place. And we are situated in the very deep forest. There are two national tiger reserve, Achanakmar National Tiger Reserve and Bandhavgarh National Tiger Reserve. Both are jointly here. And near about 340 square kilometer forest area. And in this forest area, this university is situated. And we are the national university. And we are doing to work towards Swavlambi Bharat and Atmanirbhar Bharat dream of the Honorable Prime Minister. And your talk is very much one by one example of our the Indians youths as they have started the startups and examples and role of the information technology for the startups and artificial intelligence also. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
Again, we will invite you.
Yes.
And for that, for today's lecture, we heartfully thanks to you, madam. Thank you very much, madam.
Any feedback from the participants? I would love to hear. It will be good so that we can improve the next time.
Yeah. Any question from the participants? They are asking, madam, question in the email also.
Yeah.
If they ask, we will forward to you for their email, and I will share your information and your brochure to the entire students as well as the ministerial website also, madam.
Thank you very much.
Yes, madam.
Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for the opportunity.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.